So, you're Peter B. Parker from another multiverse, huh? Well, we already have a Peter B. Parker from another multiverse in this multiverse. So, what sets you apart from him? So you got your own lion head statue, huh? Neat. Hello and welcome back again to another action figure review on the KenOhwee Channel. Finally, he has landed. I have in my possession, after months of waiting, Peter B. Parker / Peter Parker by Sentinel Toys. Oh yes, check out that massive package. The reason why I had to wait so long for this toy is because shipping this via express would have cost slightly more than half of the price of the figure itself. So I had to ship it through the seas, and even that was quite expensive, and it takes like a few months for it to reach, but it's here. So was it worth the wait? Well, sit back, relax, and let's take a closer look. The reveal of the culprit. For a supposedly overweight Peter B. Parker, he looks quite muscular. You know what they say, if you want to hide your belly, build up your upper body, and boy did Peter B. Parker build them shoulders. I mean, look at those rock solid traps. Do you know how hard it is to build traps like that? Look at those shoulders. They are pumped with blood right now. And because the upper body is so built, it makes the belly or waist area look rather small. Even turning it to the side, there's barely a belly there. This feels like Peter B. Parker is at the early stages of letting go of his physique. There is a trick with this figure where if you leave this waist straight, then it doesn't look like he's got a belly. But if you arch the waist all the way back and crunch the upper ab all the way forward, this sort of creates that beer belly effect, which Peter B. Parker is infamous for. But it does have this weird arching anatomy going on, but at least we got our overweight Peter B. Parker. Unfortunately, they carried forward the groove at the hamstring area from the Fighting Armor series, and this just makes the whole figure look anatomically weird around the legs. Like the legs look like it could barely support the weight of his upper body. Apart from that, it is a very clean looking figure. All the details are painted and sculpted very nicely, so at least there's one good thing going for this figure. Overall, you do have to make some adjustments to get that beer belly look, otherwise this figure looks a little too fit to be an overweight Peter B. Parker. And there are a few weird sculpting decisions, but it's a lot more forgivable because this is based off a cartoon, and in a cartoon, things can look a little wacky sometimes. But it is nevertheless a clean looking Spider-Man figure. Just running through the articulation again, head and neck on a ball joint so you can look up really high, look down, left, right, twisting, side to side, basically any type of hip movement you can think of, he can do it. He has the same design on the arm where it's packed onto a big ball joint so it can move 360, have some twisting and move outwards, but moving outwards does reveal a huge gap. He does have the beautiful bicep twist, bicep flex, wrist twist, and they even brought back the hinge on the wrist, which is great. Feeling sad for the Miles figure though. Mid and low ab cut, so twisting around and move side to side no problem at all, and altogether he can crunch forward pretty far and arch backwards really far as well, which again proves my point about this figure being fit. It doesn't have leg pull downs, but it can split apart that far, kick up that far, and kick back that much, but it moves outwards. Thigh swivel, the most bended knee you can ever find due to that hamstring groove, feet twist, move up and down, pivot side to side, and of course, the Peter B. Parker toe curlers. Another package with plenty of accessories to play with, but let's address the big lion head in the room. There's no denying it. That is one huge lion head statue, and it is the sole culprit for blowing the shipping cost to ship this package to anyone's doorstep. But what does all that cost give you? Well, this. Don't get me wrong, it's always nice to see companies trying to give you accessories out of the ordinary, and thankfully it feels lighter than it looks. Otherwise shipping would have been a lot more painful, but honestly, it's just okay. Nothing that blows your mind away apart from the cost of shipping. Honestly, I would rather trade this for a pair of Peter Parker's clothing. Yes, unfortunately he does not come with it. This lion head accessory is made of some kind of hard plastic, and there's a hole at the back, which I guess you could try hanging it, but if any little things get through in there, it's never coming out unless you cut this thing open. We move on to his other accessories in the package. So starting with the hands, he comes equipped with hand shaking hands, wall crawling hands, face grabbing hands, face punching hands, which also serves as web holding hands, newspaper holding hands where he can slide a piece of paper in between his thumb and index finger, one right hand with a big cup of joe with no joe in it, web shooting hands with the webs unfortunately stuck on the hands, and ungloved hands for whatever your mind can think of. Hey, put that finger away. This is a family-friendly channel. For web effects, it comes with a pair of long web effects and another pair of web effects of 3s, so you can recreate the famous Spidey hold. For interchangeable heads, he comes with the relaxed eyes, another Spidey head where his eyes are very widely open, and 2 unmasked Peter B. Parker head, where the one looking to the left has an expression as if he's sensing danger because danger always comes from the left, and looking to the right, looks like he's smooching somebody. And he has one Peter Parker head, the one with the light brown hair, and that one looks ahead and appears smiling. I love those Peter B. Parker facial expressions, it really adds character to the figure, but I still wished we got one normal Peter B. Parker head looking straight, like the Peter Parker head. He also comes with a pair of glasses, which you can put on all the unmasked Peter heads, but these feel extremely fragile, like I'm about to break them at any time, so back to the box it goes. Now speaking of Peter Parker, he does come with an interchangeable ab and crotch. Now, if you're putting the two ways side by side, then yeah, you can definitely tell the difference. This is what happens when you stop taking sugar in your diet. Defined abs. You could see the definition. He's so dry that even his backbone is sucked into his body. To equip them, you have to pull the legs out, remove the crotch and belly, and equip the healthy belly and crotch over, and you have a fitter Spider-Man figure. And this definitely fits better thematically with the rest of the sculpt. And that's the sad thing about trying to incorporate 2 looks with one figure. If you don't provide enough accessories to interchange with, you end up with a figure leaning towards a certain look rather than the other. By the way, his crunching and arching is not that much different from his previous form. Also, it comes with the exact same stand as the Miles Morales package. Also, a huge reminder to not throw your instruction sheet, as the newspaper accessory is inside the instruction sheet. So the idea is to cut these out and you have yourself a newspaper accessory. And I'm glad they gave you a few because of how easily these things can disappear or get destroyed. So to sum it all up, there is a standard version of this package where it comes with everything except the lion head accessory. So if it comes down to having to choose between the standard version or the special or deluxe version, honestly, save your money and just get the standard version. The lion head statue makes the entire package almost $100 more expensive. The shipping cost will be a lot more painful, and this one single accessory simply doesn't justify all that cost. So unless you're really into big lion head statues, which by the way, good for you, more power to you, but other than that, just go for the standard version. In my opinion, you're not missing out on much. And here is Sentinel Peter B. Parker next to other action figures for a quick scale comparison. So in summary, this package itself is already amazing, even without the lion head statue. That's just a huge cherry on top which squashed your Sunday and made it cost $25 instead of $5, but I'll stop ranting about that now. Anyway, back to the figure. As an overall, it is a clean, highly posable Spider-Man figure with a few questionable sculpting decisions, but the interchangeable Peter Parker and Peter B. Parker accessory along with his quirky facial expressions just elevates this package to a whole other level. But you do have to decide for yourself whether you can accept a more muscular, fitter looking Spider-Man, which in this case you're actually getting the Peter Parker character from Miles Morales' world rather than the slightly overweight Peter B. Parker character from the other multiverse. But regardless, it is still another great entry from Sentinel Toys, and I really look forward to them making more. With that all said, that concludes my review of Sentinel's Spider-Man Peter B. Parker / Peter Parker action figure. I hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, do consider supporting the channel by hitting that like and subscribe button, and share with me your thoughts about this figure in the comment section down below. Will you buy this figure, or is the Marfex figure the better choice? Oh, Sophie's choice. If you're curious about whether the Sentinel Peter B. Parker can don the Marfex Peter B. Parker clothes, well, stay tuned for my next video. You know what's coming. Thank you all very much for watching. Until the next video, take care. Like to see more videos like this one? Well, say no more. Let me present to you the end screen. Click on video 1 or video 2 for more entertainment. These videos were carefully selected by highly trained professionals to suit your entertainment needs. Also, don't forget to click that subscribe button. If you don't, I shall haunt you in your sleep. So click it! I was just kidding, by the way. Okay, bye!